To be honest, this is the pinnacle of domestic suspense. After watching the first episodes, I can only say it's mind-bending. Why do I say that? Because every time we guess the murderer, we get goosebumps from the sudden plot twists. This cycle continues until the end. So, are you ready for this mind-bending and twist-filled story? The story begins with a bizarre murder. At night, a blood-soaked girl knocks on the door of a pork shop. Seeing her limp all over, the boss quickly helps her up. But no matter how he asks, the girl never says a word.
我已经报警了，警察马上就会过来。
Little did he know, when the police arrived, the boss was already a corpse. What's more cruel is that a pit bone was inserted into his heart, and the girl had disappeared without a trace. Fortunately, forensic check found the bloodstained footprint.
大概率是凶手留下的。根据血印来看，重心后移，血印偏深，受力均匀，这说明他可能还背着一个人。
This is enough to prove that the girl was abducted by the murderer. To find more clues, forensic check traced the cave based on the surrounding roads. But the scene inside truly shocked everyone. The cave is covered with spider webs.
不会每个井里都有个人吧？
Peeling off the outer layer, they found the fake human doll.
这人偶肚子里装的，不是人的尸块吗？
不像是，应该是动物。
But just when everyone was at a loss, the last cocoon was lowered. They were completely dumbfounded. This isn't a doll, it's a corpse. The forensic doctor found many needle holes on the female corpse. The victim's internal organs had dissolved by concentrated hydrochloric acid, which was presumably injected through these two wounds. This imitates the way spiders use their mouthparts to pierce their prey, secrete digestive enzymes, and digest the prey's internal organs. The only difference is that the murderer used concentrated hydrochloric acid instead of digestive enzymes.
模仿蜘蛛捕食猎物才会用保鲜膜裹尸体。
What's more creepy is that the murderer even removed the victim's uterus. In addition, judging from the time of death, the deceased and the abducted person are not the same. The murderer imprisoned someone in a cave, but the victim grinded off the ropes and escaped to the pork shop for help. Unfortunately, the murderer found out, so he chased to the pork shop, killed the boss, and took the victim away. Through investigation, it was found that the female corpse is named Yi Yingying. Her family reported her missing on August 1st this month. But why the murderer faked the spider murder? If the murderer is really imitating a spider to kill, then his imprisonment behavior and crime cycle should also follow a fixed pattern. The calendar found in the cave, there's a mark on August 1st, which is exactly the day Yi Yingying's family reported her missing. If a circle represents abduction and the cross represents murder, then another person was abducted on August 17th, and the next murder time will be August 30th. The police now have less than 3 days left. The problem is that who exactly is the abducted girl? Fortunately, a couple came to report that their daughter Qi was missing. She is undoubtedly the abducted girl. Accompanying her to report the case was Qi's colleague, Li Shiting.
我不好在他们爸妈面前说的。
说话。
没告诉他们，琪琪其实是被开除的。
She said Qi especially loved plastic surgery, but due to the high cost, she had to work part-time at a plastic surgery clinic to get the employee discount. It was not hard to see that this was clearly a black-hearted clinic. Faced with the police's questioning, the boss had to admit.
我有个侄子，学什么医的？农业大学兽医。
They immediately went to the residence of the boss's nephew Luo Yunxi. As soon as they entered, the huge spider webs and live spiders hanging around proved Luo Yunxi was highly likely the murderer. There were also portraits of victims on the table. Team leader Han recognized at a glance that it was Li Shiting, who had come to report the case with Qi's parents. Could it be that she was also killed? They quickly dialed Li Shiting's phone, but unexpectedly, the ringtone came from inside a cocoon. The next day, the police received a distress call.
他说今天晚上上了机器之后就要杀我，这里怎么好啊？有机器的声音。
They tracked down Li Shiting's dangerous location based on the mechanical sound. After rescuing her, Li Shiding said they were in a relationship, so she went to Luo Yunxi's house. But the result was...
琪琪，
你有看清楚凶手长什么样子吗？
我只知道他穿了一个黑色的连帽衫，他给我看了几幅画。
什么画？
是琪琪，他画的琪琪，琪琪死的样子，死得特别惨。
But forensic checked out of Li Shiding's words. Because the murderer suddenly changed his behavioral logic, we speculate that the murderer has a certain degree of mental illness. When the illness strikes, he imagines himself as a spider. Later, forensic Che went to a local mental hospital to look for clues, and indeed found that someone wearing a black hoodie had come for a consultation today. To catch Luo Yunxi, they immediately checked all surrounding surveillance cameras. With so many residents in the community, how should they proceed? Fortunately, the police found the water bill and located his room. But when they entered, they were stunned. They never imagined that Luo Yunxi was actually the first victim, and he died in the same way as Yi Yingying. They could hardly believe it. Who exactly is the murderer? It was Li Shiding who had been misleading us all along. All the contact information and emergency contacts Li Shiding left at the hospital are fake. I still can't believe she's the murderer, but I still can't figure out what Li Shiding's purpose is in doing this. And is the spider-inspired murder method a result of psychological distortion or something else? This is the newly launched suspense drama Cocoon Peeling. Fans, hurry up and watch it.